Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how I make these cute little stuffed flowers that to me look kind of like a chrysanthemum. These are inspired by a vintage pot holder pattern that I have. I know technically a chrysanthemum wouldn't have a little center in it, but I think it just looks kind of cute and yeah, and pretty. So this is what we're going to make today. So we're going to start out, let's see, for this project we need a size 6 crochet hook, some size 10 crochet cotton. We need scissors, a needle to sew our buttons on. We need buttons and a little bit of stuffing to stuff the flower. And that's it. So let's get started. So we're going to take our yarn and make a little slip knot to get started. And then we are going to chain 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to join into that very first chain to make a loop. Just slip stitch right into your first stitch to make a loop. And there we go. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and this is going to count as our first double crochet. So now we're going to do 14 double crochets into this little ring that we've just made. And 14. All right, once we've got 14 stitches, we're going to slip stitch in the top of that first chain 3. That was our first double crochet. We're just going to slip stitch right through that to join it, and we've got a little circle of 15 double crochets, which is actually a chain 3 and 14 double crochets. Now we're going to chain 3 and put a double crochet right in that same place where we just joined with a slip stitch. And now we are going to put 2 double crochets in every single one of the double crochets of our first round. So we're going to have 30 double crochets at the end of this. Here's 27, 28, 29, and 30. And now we're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of that beginning chain 3. So just find it, slip stitch right into it. There we go. All right, now we are going to make our first row of petals. So first we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet into the same place that we made that slip stitch. There we go. Now for the rest of this row and all of the petal rows, we're only going to be working in the front loops of our double crochets. So first we're going to do a half a double crochet in that front loop. Oh, here. There we go. It's a little bit tricky to get the first loop sometimes, but make sure you're getting into that very first double crochet and into the first loop. So half double crochet. Now in the next one, we're going to do 5 double crochets. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now in the next double crochet, we're going to do another half double crochet in the front loop only. And then we're going to do a single crochet in the next front loop and a single crochet in the next front loop. So we've just done half double crochet, 5 double crochets in the next one, half double crochet, and then 2 single crochets. And we're going to repeat that until we get all around to the other side. So first half double crochet, 5 double crochets into the next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half double crochet into the next one, and 2 single crochets, 1 in that loop and whoops, 1 into the next loop. There we go, and we're just going to continue around until we're back to the other side. Alright, we're on our last one, so we're doing half double crochet, 5 double crochets, whoopsie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now our half double crochet, and single crochet, 1, there we go, and then we're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet. There we go, we have 1 row of petals completed. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to be working in the back loops of the previous rows. So you can see there's a row of the back loops that we didn't go through since we were only working in the front rows. That's what we're going to be working in now. So first we're going to put 2 double crochets into that back loop right here, the first back loop. So here is 1 double crochet. I'm going to do a second double crochet in that same loop right there. Now in the next loop, we are going to put 1 double crochet. Oops. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the next one, 1 double crochet in the next one, and we're just going to continue that around, alternating 2 double crochets and 1 double crochet all the way around. Alright, we're coming on to the last one, so I'm doing a 1 double crochet in this one and 2 double crochets in the last one, 1 and 2, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 right here, just like that, to connect it. Okay, now we're going to work another row of the petals exactly the same way that we did row 3. So working in the front loops only and doing the exact same thing. So we're going to chain 1 and we're going to put a single crochet in that first place that we joined, that little place where we put our slip stitch. There we go. And now working in the front loops only, we're going to start with our half double crochet in that first double crochet. There we go. And now in the next one we do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now in the next one we're going to do half double crochet. Remember, we're working in the front loops only for all of these petal rows. And we do single crochet and a single crochet, and we're going to repeat that all the way until we get around the circle. Alright, and we're on our last one, so we do half double crochet, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half double crochet, and our single crochets. And then we're going to connect it into the top of that first single crochet that we started with. And there we go, and we've got a second row of petals. Now we're going to work the next row similar to row 4. We're going to chain 2, and then we're going to be working in those back loops that we didn't use on the previous row. So we're going to do first 2 double crochets in the first back loop, and then we're going to do double crochet in the next one and double crochet in the next one, then 2 double crochets in the next one, and then double crochet in the next one, double crochet in the next one, all the way around until we're back to the front of the circle. So, or the beginning of the circle. So our first 2 double crochets in that back loop, and there's a 1, and there's a 2. Now in the next one, we're going to do 1 double crochet, and then in the next one, 1 double crochet. In the next one, we'll do 2 double crochets, and the next one, 1 double crochet, and then 1 double crochet all the way around. Alright, we're on our very last double crochet in back loop, and then we're going to join to the beginning chain 3 in the very top of it with a little slip stitch, and that is it. Now we've completed another row, and this is a row that we're going to put petals on. Oops, let me finish my slip stitch. There we go. So we're going to start another row of petals. So chain 1, and then we're going to do a single crochet right in that same place that we just did the slip stitch. Now working in front rows only, we're going to do our petal row the same way that we've done the other ones. So we're going to half double crochet into the front loop of that very first double crochet. Then we're going to do 5 double crochets into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in the next front loop, we're going to do our half double crochet. And then we're going to do a single crochet in the next one and a single crochet on the next one. There we go. We're going to do that all the way around until we're on the other side of our circle. So all the way around. Alright, on our last one, we do our half double crochet, our 5 double crochets. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now we do our half double crochet and our single crochets. And there we go, and then we're going to slip stitch in the top of our first single crochet. There we go, we have another row of petals completed. Now we're going to work the next row the same way that we did the other ones, where we're working with the back loops, but this time we're going to double crochet 2 times in a back loop, and then in the next one, in the next 3 rather, we're just going to put 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets in the next one, then 1 double crochet in each of the next 3. So we're going to start with our chain 2, and then we're going to find that back loop that we're working in. It is right there. There we go. And we're going to put 2 double crochets in this one. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet in each of the next 3. So here's a 1. Here's a 2, and oh dear, and here's 3. All right, now in the next one, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So 1, and 2, and then we're going to do 1 in the next one, 1 in the next one, and 1 in the next one. Oh, where is it? There we go. There we go. We're just going to continue on around, all the way around our circle. So 2 in this one. All right, almost at the end. Couple more double crochets. Won't be around our circle. We've got 1 here and 1 right there. And there we go. And now we're going to join with a slip stitch in the top of our chain 3, just like that. All right, now we are on our very last row of petals, and we're going to work them the same way. So chain 1, and we're going to put a single crochet in the place where our slip stitch was just worked. Now, working in our front rows, we're going to half double crochet into the front loop of our first double crochet. And then we're going to 5 double crochets into the next one. There's a 1, there's a 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to half double crochet into our next front loop, and then single crochet and single crochet, and we're going to do that all the way around once again until we're all the way around our circle. All right, we're on our last one with our half double crochet, 5 double crochets. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here we go, half double crochet, and then we've got a single crochet and a single crochet. All right, now slip stitch into the very first single crochet, and we have our little flower. All right, now this is my favorite part. You need to repeat it so that you have another one, and then we are going to stitch them together. So we're going to stitch them together, stuff them, and put our button on. So this is my favorite part. So now we're going to put them, oh dear, sorry, hello. So we're going to take our 2 flowers and we're going to put them back to back so that our petals are facing outward. And once we do that, we're going to look down into the middle here in between our flowers, and you see how we have a row of back loops and a row of back loops. We are going to use them to slip stitch through to attach our flowers. So I'm going to start out by, so I didn't even break my thread from this second flower that I finished. I'm leaving my thread attached, or my crochet cotton, my yarn rather. I'm going to chain 2. Now with our back-to-back flowers, so I'm going to put my needle through one of the back loops on this flower and one of the back loops on this flower. Now I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to bring it through all of the loops on my hook just like that. So now I have one little slip stitch attaching my flowers. Now I'm going to look in here, I'm going to grab the next back loop of this flower and the next flower. I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to bring it all through all 3 of those loops. And I'm going to continue that around until almost all of my back loops are stitched together, but I'm going to leave about an inch, so don't quite go all the way around your circle because we want to have just a little bit of an opening so that we can put a little bit of stuffing in our flower so it's cute and puffy. So go ahead and continue that almost all the way around, leaving just 1 inch open. All right, once we've made it almost all the way around our flower, but not quite all the way around, we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of stuffing. You don't need too much, just like a little handful. And we're going to stuff our flower so that it's cute and puffy. There we go. Let's put a little bit of stuffing in there. And then, maybe a little bit more so it's a little firmer. There we go. All right, mash it around there so it flattens out a little bit. Now we can grab our hook and continue stitching up our little flower with our slip stitches. All right, and once we've finished our slip stitches all the way around, we can go ahead and cut our thread, or our yarn. I keep calling it thread, my bad. Okay, I'm just gonna pull that loop out, and then I like to put my needle in the center of my flower and just pull that yarn down into it. Oops, if I can get it without pulling any stuffing out. It's a little bit tricky. But that way, my unfinished end is kind of just woven into the center of the flower, just like that. There we go. So pull it on out, and then I'm just going to snip it like that. There. Now the fun part. Now we get to put a cute little button in the center of our flower. So to do that, we've got a little needle with some of our crochet cotton on it. I'm going to go ahead and take one of my buttons, and I'm just going to run my needle through it, through the front and then back to the back. And I'm going to tie my button on there like this with just a square knot. So right over left, left over right. There we go, pull it nice and tight. Now I'm going to sew right through the center little hole of our flower. So I'm going to run my needle through the hole and out to the back hole and pull it up. And then I'm going to put my button from the other side on the other side of my flower, just like that. I'm going to run my needle back through the other hole on the other side. There we go, and I'm going to pull. And I pull it so that it pinches the flower just a little bit, so it's a little bit, kind of makes it like a little tighter in the center, gives it a little dimension. Now I'm going to run my needle up through that button one more time. I just run the yarn through the buttons twice to kind of keep it in place, just makes it a little stronger, and then run it through the button, through that hole again, up through the other one. And there we go. All the way down through the back. And give it a little pull. Now here we're at the very end, and I just kind of tie the yarn around my button. So kind of make like a little loop there and pull it through here. You can tie it off however you like. Maybe you have a good way of tying off buttons there, and that is all. And I'm just going to kind of wrap my end of my unfinished yarn around my button. Now I'm just going to snip my yarn and snip the beginning of my yarn, and that is it. And our cute little flower is all finished. You can make as many as you like. Use them for whatever you like. I'll have some videos coming up of fun and cute little things that you can do with these flowers. There we go. Great job, everybody. They look beautiful.